Frank recently tweeted out a comparative ranking between all the different game modes in Brawl Stars. That is what has led me to make this video about the history of all three free game modes in Brawl Stars. I will be cutting the video into different segments and leaving relevant timestamps on the screen or in the description. Enjoy the video. Starting off with a classic gem grab. The game mode requires you to control a gem mine until you have collected 10 gems. From there, a countdown of 15 seconds is gonna start. And when that countdown reaches 0, if you still collect all the gems, you're gonna be taking the W. The game mode remains pretty much unchanged and is a classic staple in Brawl Stars. Two significant changes has happened though. One being adjusting the game mode to 3 minutes and 30 seconds from previously lasting 13 minutes and 14 seconds maximum. The second being the gems spawning in a fixed order, which is very useful for the competitiveness of the mode. The game mode also features the only map with a minecart called Minecart Madness. Another Brawl Stars classic is Bounty, where you kill other players and claim their bounty. The more players you kill, the higher bounty you get, and the more stars the enemy team is going to get for killing you. There's been, once again, a reduction in time from 2.5 minutes to just 2 minutes for Bounty, as well as being another pretty significant change being the addition of the blue star. The blue star determines the tiebreaker, so if both teams have collected an equal amount of stars, whichever team has the blue star is going to be the one to win the game. The blue star spawned in the middle of the map, and whoever picks up first is going to get it, and then from there, just if he dies, whoever kills him is going to be having the blue star from there on out. Now to Heist, the third and final of the original 3v3 game modes in Brawl Stars. When Heist was first released, there was an attacker and a defender side. It was random which side you'd get, and the defenders needed to defend the safe until the time ran out, and on the opposite side, the attackers needed to destroy the safe before the time ran out to win. Later, Heist 2.0 was released, where both sides now had a safe to defend. Whoever destroyed the enemy safe first did win the game, and in case the time ran out, it'd be whoever dealt the most damage, and in rare cases, if the same amount of damage was dealt, it'd be a tie. Since Heist 2.0 was released, there's just been a lot of balance changes to the safe's health, but other than that, it has remained the same. Brawl Ball was added to the game in 2017. It's another 3v3 game mode where your goal is to take a ball that spawns in the middle of the map and put it in the other team's goal. The first team to score 2 goals win the game. In case neither of the teams scores 2 goals before the time runs out, then it'd be the team with the most goals scored that wins. If the teams scored the same amount of goals, it'll trigger overtime where all obstacles are destroyed, and the first team to score is gonna win. It was the first new flavor added to the game and has set the standard for new game modes since then. Brawl Ball have had its fair amount of issues though, including turrets blocking the goal from the ball, as well as people being able to grab the ball and jump with it. There's also been a lot of balancing to try to fix Mortis, who has been really strong in this game mode, but still, despite all the changes, he remains one of the most popular brawlers in this mode to this day. Some of the most notable changes were respawning now happens in the goal. You respawn with 1 ammo and it now takes 7 seconds instead of 5 seconds to respawn. Then obviously a huge one is the fact that it now takes ammo to pass the ball around between your team, as well as when you're going to take a shot at the goal, or more importantly when you're going to self-pass yourself dribbling with Mortis. Invisible walls that prevent players from scoring on their own goal has also been added to counter bad randoms who's just trying to sabotage their own team. Lastly, it's also notable that Brawl Ball is the only game mode where brawlers spawn really close to each other at first, which makes the random spawn points really important here. In every other game mode, brawlers, they spawn all the way in the backline. Next up, we got Siege. Siege was added to the game in 2019. In Siege, both teams got an IKE that they need to defend. Similarly to Heist, the first team to kill the other team's IKE is gonna win the game. If the timer ends, the team that has dealt more damage to the other team's IKE is gonna take the win. And in rare cases, if you have dealt the same amount of damage, there's gonna be a tie. The difference between Siege and Heist is that the IKE shoots at players if they get within a radius. The way you deal with this is by spawning in robots by collecting balls. Every round, the team that has collected the most balls is gonna spawn in a robot equal to the amount of balls they have collected. Then they can push through with the robot and kill the other team's IKE. It used to be a game lasting 4.5 minutes. Since then, it has been changed down to 2.5 minutes instead. The trophy gain loss rate playing Siege on ladder used to be double that of every other map. But with the Siege duration change, it has been normalized to the same as every other game mode. The most significant changes to Siege was the fact that the robot no longer attacks immune brawlers, as well as Siege getting a consistent ball spawn pattern. Despite these changes, Siege has as of now become a seasonal game mode. That means that it's not permanently in the game anymore. Hot Zone was temporarily added in 2020. It included a point system where every 3 seconds you would gain a point while you were standing in a zone. However, you could not gather points if there were enemy brawlers in the zone as well. Hot Zone was later brought back with some minor improvements and became a permanent event in the game. Knockout was added in 2021. In the game mode, once you die, you're completely dead. You win around by killing all 3 of the enemy brawlers before all 3 people on your own team dies. At first, if the game went on long enough, the tie would be decided based on how much damage you have dealt to the other team. As the game mode became a permanent event in Brawl Stars, that tiebreaker was replaced with incoming poison, similar to what we have in Showdown. Trophy Thieves was added to the game in 2019, but has since been removed from the game. The game mode is Brawl Stars' version of a capture the flag, where you simply go to the enemy's team's trophy, grab it, and you have to bring it all the way down to your own zone to get a point for your team. Volley Brawl was temporarily added in 2021 and removed later in the year. In the game mode, there is a ball going from side to side, and you have to make sure it doesn't land on your side. And if you can make it land on the other team's side, you're going to score a point. You can grab the ball by simply standing where it's marked that the ball is going to land, and depending where you are standing, it's going to make the ball go in a special direction to the other team's side. Hold the Trophy was added and later removed in 2021. In the game mode, 1 player from your team needs to hold the trophy for your team to get the point, and then the team who first gets to 100% is going to be the winning team. The catch is that whoever holds the trophy is going to be slowed down significantly, and obviously he's not able to shoot then as well. But whoever holds the trophy to get to 100% first is gonna be the one to take the win. Wipeout was temporarily added to Brawl Stars in 2022. Originally, you had to defeat 8 opponents' brawlers to win the game. That has since been changed to 10. Other than that, the game mode is just like bounty. You kill enemy brawlers, just instead of gathering stars, you have to be the first to kill 10 times the enemy brawler. Payload was temporarily added and later removed in 2022. In the game mode, you need to stand close to a minecart to push it towards the end zone, and you need to push your minecart quicker than you push the enemy's minecart to the zone. You can block the enemy's minecart from going forward by standing in close proximity to their minecart as well. Whoever gets their minecarts to the finish line first is gonna be taking the W. Bot drop was temporarily added to Brawl Stars in 2022. In the game mode, robots spawn in the middle and you need to kill them to drop their balls. The first team to collect 8 balls is gonna be the one to take home the W. Occasionally, there's gonna spawn a bigger robot in the middle that drops several balls at once. Now guys, that was it for every single free game mode in Brawl Stars. Thank you so much for watching till the end of the video. If you guys want to see the solo game modes, then make sure to let me know. And if you enjoy the video, make sure to support me with my credit code YD. I really appreciate that. And if not, that's okay. Just make sure to subscribe, so I'll see you in the next one. Bye!